Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We're here in nature. 6 things your future self will thank you for. In 20 years' time, will you be saying, thank you, you did a good job, I'm proud of you? Or will you be full of disappointment, heartache, anger, frustration? To save all of that hassle, what I do is to realize that my future lives in the present moment. That's what I take care of. I had a good friend who said, you have to relax into time. I loved that because for me, I see that time is an illusion. There is only now. And there is no time, there is only movement. 6 things your future self will thank you for. Here's how I see it. Number 1, not wasting time. Are you a time waster? Do you spend hours on social media? I have a very interesting perspective on wasting time. I feel that you could be in nature, sitting down on the grass and not be wasting time. But you could be in the city, shopping, running around, in an office, in a place where you don't want to be, multitasking, and you could be wasting time. Because I see that time is relative to how you are experiencing it. A lot of us, we feel we're wasting time when our energy is dripping out of us, dripping away. But we're not wasting time when we are raising our energy. It doesn't matter what we're doing. If we feel good, that's a good sign we're not wasting time. Do you feel good? Good on you. I say that what's helped me is all about investing in my health. Because so many of us, we're living from the outside in. I see it's all about living from the inside out because I've seen that health is wealth. And that saves me a lot of time. It saves me a lot of medical bills, a lot of heartache, a lot of hassle down the road. But more so, many of us, we don't have time, so guess what I do? I create time. I turn the hourglass over. And in creating time, for me, it's all about making time for friends and family, not feeling guilty about enjoying life, because so many of us, we spend our whole life trying to make a living, but how many of us actually feel alive? I don't want to live to work. No thanks. I want to work to live. And that's why everything I do is all about relaxing into the moment. Number 2 is all about grabbing the opportunity, taking seize of the moment. What I discovered is that when you start following that gut feeling you have, usually it leads you in the right direction. So many of us, what I've discovered is that we're waiting for that perfect moment, which never comes anyway. And in seizing that opportunity, what I do is always ask myself, what matters most? Am I doing what I love? In 20 years, will I say, I was happy doing that? Or will I look back and say, oh my goodness, what the hell was I doing? What the hell was I wearing most of all? Because I say, if you can see yourself doing what you're doing in 20 years' time, fantastic. But if not, You better start running away quick. That's what I did. And now I am loving what I'm doing because it's more in alignment with my true heart's desire. Number 3 is your future self will thank you for not running away from what you fear, facing your fear. Because what I've discovered, when you don't confront a fear, the fear doesn't go away, it just grows larger and larger and larger. I see that so many of us have a lot to be afraid about. What's going on in the world, your next door neighbor, your computer that keeps crashing. The smallest things get on our nerves and make us fearful. Not earning enough money. But what I do is always make a conscious effort to see that life is very short. Even if you were to live 1,000 years, that's nothing more than a drop in the ocean of eternity. So any fear I have, I am looking my fear straight dead in the eyes. And now fear bows down to me. Fear becomes my servant. Ha! I'm so powerful over fear. No, fear becomes my ally, my best friend. That's how I see fear. I work with it. So now it serves me. Number 4 is to let go of petty dramas and petty grudges, because I know that my future self, which is right now, will be proud that I was able to walk away of anything which was not serving me. It's interesting to look at celebrities, because when certain singers have problems with other singers, if they have a diss record out, what you find is that their record sales decrease. Beef and drama doesn't help anybody. But cooperation, unity, now both of you can work together. It helps everyone out in the long run. I realize that petty dramas slow you down. And for me, it's all about the radical action. To let go of thinking so much about what people think of me, even what I think of myself. I'm all about letting go of the petty things, which they do become the big things when we focus on them, because whatever you focus on grows. But your future self will thank you for it when you just start to cruise through life. Yeah. Number 5 is to not stop learning. What I've discovered is that every day I am learning something new. And when a week goes by, I say, yes, I'm so happy I learned that skill. Because I realize that I've got friends who, they're great artists. I've got a good friend. She is a master at sacred geometry. When I'm in the presence of her and looking at her artwork, I sit down. That's the moment where you just sit down. Because I love becoming a master at different crafts, but at the same time, I realize that some people have a specialist craft. I do. Talking to people like you. But you feel so empowered when you can honor other people's gifts and realize how much we all have to learn, because knowledge is infinite. There is no stopping this. And that also allows you to make mistakes, to be okay with failure, because you realize that every day you can grow, you can be happy, You can make fun of yourself in the mirror. And lastly, number 6 is to stay true to your authentic self. I know that my future self, which is right now, is grateful that I am being true to myself. I didn't sell my soul for money. I didn't stay in a job which I was going to continue frowning. Takes too much muscles. I was no longer hanging around people who were not uplifting my spirit. But now I'm connecting with phenomenal people. That is helping me stay true to my authentic self. I am realizing that this is it. This is the greatest time to be free. Right now, so many people are having a party. Were you invited? Was I invited? I was invited. Even if I wasn't, I'm going to gate crash because I have to be where the party is. But there you have it. I feel that the future is right now. By becoming more mindful, more present, the future takes care of itself. We are here in nature. That one's for you. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace.